Good morning, everybody. This is Max Farrell. This is Dextrader.com, and today is March 27, 2018, and this is your daily update. All right, everybody. As most of you know, we've been around for a while. We've been out now for 4 years, 4.5 years almost. Actually, no. Actually, we're coming up on our business model has been open for close to 5 years, and now we're in our 4th year of Dex, which is pretty cool, right? So, the concept of providing signals for individuals is that you meet a lot of people. We've had, right now, I found out yesterday, we had over 8,300 people go through Dex. Okay, over 8,300 people have gone through training. I think the most that we had was over 10,000 people plus go through our Trader's Mind series. Right? This is the series that teaches you how to trade the 5-minute signals using the stochastics, right? The double stow. You guys remember that? Did you go through that? If you don't know what I'm talking about, then you should definitely be going through this, right? Right there. You should definitely be going through that series. Now, we put all these series out for free. Even if you're a free member, you would have access to the Nadex Ninja, Trader's Mind, MetaTrader Mayhem, all the signals training. And we did that for a reason. We did that because we wanted people to learn prior to buying, to spending money. Now, we have people that from the very first day, our system cost, I think it was like $47. We have one customer that pays us $17 a month. He pays us $17 because it was our first introductory. Get $30 off instead of $47, it'd be $17, a month. Do so now. Everybody buy in. We had about 20-something people buy in, and the one person that's left from that 4 years ago is still paying $17, and he's still here. And he still trades. You think he gets benefit? Absolutely. Of course, we have a whole bunch of people who pay in other various amounts. But the point is that we've had a lot of people go through our network. And because we take what they say to heart and we listen to what the people say, and people bring us suggestions and everything, we grew to Dex indicators, we had Dex effects copy, we have all these wonderful things. But when we first started the signals, we had the basic signals. And basic signals and intradays, there were the only two signals that we had was basic and intraday. Basic and intraday. So the daily signals have been the rock steady all this time for 4 years running, having these kind of numbers. Now, remember, this is not a gimmick. Okay, this is not a sales tactic to say, look how, we don't just make this number up. And you all should know that the concept of a daily signal is that it's all, if you've ever watched any of my webinars, you would know that I see the whole entire concept of Forex, of tracking Forex, whether or not you're doing it on Nadex or what have you, doesn't matter, but because they still use the Forex numbers, so you have to know how to track Forex, is about two things. It breaks down to two things, time and price. Price. Okay? As time goes on, price goes up and down. And that's the market, right? And we know that. What we do with the basic signals, or the daily signals, is as time goes on, it creates what we refer to as highs and lows, okay? And then we also look at time, right? When a particular process happens, that's prioritory, we look at what direction during a block of time is the overall trend of that time period. And we look back at history and say, every single time that this has happened, this is the level that it's not pierced. So even if the time, even when we call the signal here at this point, we say that that's the area. That's the line. That's the statement. That's the price that the pair will not go above. So we say a sell, and we give you 1.1000. We give you that as the number, even though that the price is down by 1.829 or whatever it is, right? It wouldn't be that much. It would be something like 925, right? 59. Could be 40 pips, could be 20 pips, could be 10 pips, right? But that's just it. It could be 20 to 40 pips difference from current price to what that statement price is from when it starts. And we do that for a reason, because what happens to the market in most cases, right? If we look at a bigger view, the market will come up, it'll see that area, it'll bounce off, and it'll come back up to do what? Retest. And when it comes back up to retest, this is where you get your best opportunities. So even though we call the signal right here, and we say it's not going to be above this line, most of the times it'll come back and retest. If it doesn't, then it just keeps going on. That's why on Nadex you use a working order. And you put your working order on, and sometimes it'll get filled and sometimes it won't. That's the way we put the Nadex signals out there for the dailies. For the intradays, all its stops are tighter, and there's a lot of other things that you got to take into consideration. You got to look at news, you got to look at all these other things. But the dailies have been a way for most people to trade. Again, having hundreds of people in our system that are still here over years and years of time, their job is that they just go in, they put their working orders on, and they just walk away, and that's it. Okay? So there's and the reason I'm bringing this up today is because there was a couple of questions about I can't get in. I'm constantly answering this, and I'm sure that I'm still going to get this question. Even if it's in all of our training, it's in all of our process. Okay? Now, also, you're going to see a lot more people coming into the system over the next week. You're going to see those chat rooms filling up again. But I want you to know that there is a process that's happening slowly. We're integrating a lot more functionality into the site to be in one spot. So there'll be a lot more things that'll be coming on. You'll hear more things. Don't get squirreled. If you got something that's working, stick with it. If you have something that's not working, set a consult with me and we'll work it out. All right? All right. Let's get into the DexFX copy update. Today is March 27, 2018, and this is your DexFX copy update. All right, folks. Well, it looks like we beat the drought. We're going to go over to Max Prime here right now. Finally had a good pip positive day. Boom, boom, boom. Looking pretty good. 20 pips up, 38 pips up for the week, 28 pips up for today. $2.75. I know. It doesn't seem like a lot. We're coming back from all this nonsense, right? We talked about this. The good thing is that we have, like for Simply Forex, is starting to be worked, okay? The pinpointing is starting to be worked, and it is working as well, okay? So if we can pull this off, we're in pip positive now, above equity, positive equity right there, okay? And we're going to keep this momentum going that we're getting as a backup, okay? But right now, we're getting some good movement, right? Some good growth from this portion, okay? From what we're using. We're using our pips, our Dex pips relationship with the group of traders and the systems that are using our bots. And so we're getting a good relationship with that, and it's working. Over the next week, over the next couple of days even, this should continue to go on and keep moving forward, so we should be perfect. All right? So I'm going to be releasing some information that's happening that we need to make some arrangements and make some things happen with the Max Prime system. We need to make some changes to the process. You need to make some selections. all that's going to be coming out over the next couple of days. Please be patient with us. We are definitely making things work as we go. Okay. From this, I really don't have too much more. All the other bots seem to be struggling just a little bit. The Dex Grinch really taking it on the chin. We noticed some major different changes in the market parameters with that. Again, we do have other systems that are working. Excuse me. And as an update to the Vader's USDC AD, we're still sitting at a 93%, even though that the USDC AD has been sitting on here now for about 7 days, waiting. It's still within its margins, right? Its stop loss, as you can kind of see, is pretty tight, right? It's only about 80 pips. So it's still kind of hovering and consolidating in that area. It still hasn't lost. So we're still sitting at 93%. Even if it were to, we'd only drop down about 90%. So I'm not too worried about it. Some of the other systems that are sort of taking off and doing well, the Simply Forex we talked about. We have some other traders that are on board. We'll talk about the Benz too. Show you this one here. Now this one's a little bit different because it started out in a very bad place, right? So you got to look at, where do traders go? And if anything is a accumulation of who we are and what we've done, it's this, right? It's the mentality of a trader who can do well and then get sidetracked or something happens or the way it changes, but how do you get back from that, right? So it does come down to what to trade, what not to trade, right? All right. I'm Max. This is Dextrader.com and DexFX Copy. I hope the business finds you okay. And inside the system, I'll be definitely seeing you over the next day or so. I hope you all have a great day. And as always, trade well.